The guest list.
Welcome back to part 2 of the guest list, coming to you this week from Metro Groove at Turnmills. The driving force behind the night and resident DJ is Danny Rampling, and Damon's managed to catch up with the man himself.
The guest list.
Metro Groove at Turnmills, we have managed to sneak our way backstage, and I am sat with what I consider to be the legend that is Mr. Danny Rampling. How are you, my friend?
Very well tonight.
Yeah?
You have sneaked back here.
We have managed to sneak back. Now, Danny, you, as far as we're concerned, started and pioneered the UK house scene. You went out to Ibiza 86, 87, is that correct?
Yeah.
With Nicky Holloway and the guys?
Yeah.
Literally fell onto the whole Balearic beat scene and brought it back to this country. Did you really have any idea how big it was going to be?
Yes, we had an idea that things were going to be big, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. That feeling was there to be shared with everyone, and as soon as kind of 100 people got onto it, then there was 1,000 people that got onto it, 10,000.
You then kicked
100,000.
You then kicked off Shoom.
Indeed, yeah.
How long did that run for?
About 2 years, yeah.
Good days?
Gosh, the most exciting days, fond memories.
And now you're here running Metro Groove at Turnmills.
Yeah,
Just explain the whole vibe behind Metro Groove.
It's been going well. It's 2 years now, October, and we've brought a lot of American DJs, Italian DJs, some good quality UK house DJs also. It's a house night, and we have a good selection of different guests. 2 rooms here.
It's a wicked vibe going on out there.
It's the first Saturday of every month, and it's been going well. Happy with it. It's a good residency to have in London.
It is.
Turnmills is a great club.
It is a great club. They're a wicked crowd out there. They really are.
They certainly are. Good underground basement. The lighting is fantastic. The system is crisp, and the crowd. And that's what the crowd is primarily. That's what makes a club. The people that come through those doors.
It really doesn't
and
matter
get
what the
themselves
decor
on
looks
the
like.
floor and go for it. That's what makes a club happen.
So what other projects have you got lined up then, Danny?
We've got a single on Defected Records.
When's that released?
September.
And it's called?
Il Padrino's That's How Good Your Love Is. There's a co-production with Dave Lee,
Right.
aka Joey Negro,
Yeah.
and the vocals of Jocelyn Brown. And it's been a real pleasure working with both of them.
So how do you
It swings.
How do you feel the way the dance scene's progressing? You know, what do you see the future?
What do I see the future?
Yeah.
I think things are going to get back onto a smaller level. Actually, saying that in terms of the clubbing, because this summer hasn't been the best year of clubbing in the UK.
You're the first person to be honest about that.
Let's be honest about it. Let's not push it aside. But I've been involved with this for 12 years. Things come and go in cycles, and we're going through this cycle at the moment where there's a lot of change going on, an awful lot of change going on. And
Yeah, there is.
I think it's just about getting things back and grounding them. A lot of
Taking it back to basics.
a lot
in
of different
effect.
people in a lot of places. They've just kind of gone over there somewhere and really lost a bit of kind of direction and what it's really about. And I think it's healthy that this is going on.
Yeah.
So it's making people think. So hold on, this is what it's really about. So let's hang on to it because it's special. And that brings it back in together, and that's how this whole thing began, with the unity between people, and that has
It's the vibe of the crowd at the end of the day.
indeed.
Our favourite show on the guest list,
Yeah.
Love Groove Dance Party. You've left. Why have you left Radio 1?
Why have I left Radio 1? So we're moving on to new things. It's just that's a chapter that's over, and it's all behind us now. There's good things ahead.
Well,
There was a lot of sadness from it.
yeah, to be honest, I'm gutted. We love the show, and it sounds like sucking up. That's horrible, doesn't it? But no, honestly, we love the show.
So did I for the 5 years I was there, but
Yeah.
things have to move
Bigger
on.
and better
Things
things.
have to move on.
Danny Rampling, thank you very much indeed. We are going to let you go because we know that you are due on the decks very, very shortly. I'm sure you want to grab a beer
forward to it.
first. Yeah, they're so up for it out there this
Looking
evening.
forward to it.
Thank you very much
All right,
indeed.
you're welcome.
You know, girl, I don't think that funky thing you're trying to do with me is kind of pleasing, huh? You should be ready steady. Don't rock with me no mess, baby.
I'm here with Sarah and Andrea, and it's
Andrea's first time here at Turnmills because she actually doesn't like this sort of music. In fact, she hasn't heard of one single DJ that's here tonight. Is that true?
Yeah, that's pretty true. This isn't my usual type of place, but I'm having quite a good night.
What brings you here then?
Well, it's a mate's birthday and she's into this music, but it's been alright.
Have you managed to get a little boogie on the dance floor?
I have actually. I mean, it's quite strange, but it's still a bit of a laugh. It's fun.
So what is your ideal night out?
A bit of cheese, to be honest.
Excellent.
Pop, disco. But I have enjoyed it.
Thank you. And you, hi Sarah. What sort of music are you into?
I like a bit of US garage, that sort of thing. This place is cool, it's got a really nice vibe.
Why is that?
Just the people are really friendly, there's just a really nice atmosphere here, it's just a nice place to come.
I like the way you've got lots of little rooms and things. It's not one.
Yeah, it's all like, instead of one big room, it's just like loads of rooms, you get to talk to everyone. It's just nice, it's a really cool place. Been here a couple of times, I really enjoy it. Yeah.
Hey, thanks Sarah.
Every week on the guest list, we don't just like to show you the best clubs in the country and the biggest tunes, we also like to take you behind the scenes. We're going to take you straight over to our roving reporter Jason Wiltshire, where he's having a chat with A&R man John Williams from New Life Records.
John, tell us a bit about New Life Records.
Well, New Life was set up just over 2 years ago. Dave Pearce approached me after he'd been to BMG to do a deal with them. I'd been around the business for 10, 12 years.
Funny enough, when I was researching this interview, one of the things that amazed me about Dave Pearce was he's been around for years. And I mean, like, in the sense that that might sound dodgy, but I mean, even looking back as far as like the early hip hop stuff, he was there making radio programs,
Yeah,
making
that's right.
documentaries about Public Enemy. He's
Yeah.
actually even sampled on the Public Enemy album,
He
which
is
is
indeed,
like,
yeah.
that's just holy grail to a lot of DJs, surely.
Yeah.
I mean, so obviously he's been very influential. I mean, was that one of the main reasons that made you come over here?
Well,
Like-
I used to work at Street Sounds years ago,
Right.
in the mid-80s, and that's when I first met Dave. And I used to see him occasionally, and it was only, as I say, up until 2 years ago that he approached me and said, look, I want to come and start this label with me.
A&R, right, stands for Artist and Repertoire. What exactly
Yeah.
does your job involve?
It involves listening to new music, and if I think it's got potential to fly into the top 5 UK national charts, then we'll sign it, because we're a business. Ultimately, we have to sell records to survive.
What would you say is
No.
the best thing you've ever signed then, in your opinion?
Best thing I've ever signed? Well, there's a few things I've signed in my time. At New Life, the best project that I brought in was Joshua Ryan, Pistol Whip. A lot of people were like, no, this is not a hit, it's awful. But I knew that it was a big record because I'd been playing it out, and every time I dropped it, I was getting reactions from the clubbers. You know, and at the end of the day, they're the people who are going to buy the record.
Talking just quickly about UK Garage, I mean, you've put a few garage tracks out on your label.
Yeah,
Do you think it's
indeed.
had its day?
No, not at all. No, you know, you look at Mystique, you look at So Solid. You know, they've got a real big following.
Okay, the other thing I was going to ask you about was, have you ever signed anything that's just been sent through the post to you by you know, an unknown
God,
artist?
yeah, of course, yeah.
What do you? I mean, what pricks up your ears more when you get it through, like a CD or an acetate? Or
Well,
just the
as a
idea of
DJ,
tape or-
it's with a CD. You can't see the breaks. You know, you can see the start, you can see the finish. With a piece of vinyl, you can see the breakdown. You can put the needle right on the groove. You can put it on the breakdown. You can put it on the big moment because you can see it within the grooves on the vinyl. I listen to everything that I get sent. You can't afford not to. When I listen to a track, first thing that goes into my head is, you know, is this appealing? Is it going to have people going out to shops and buying it? But occasionally there'll be a track that haunts me, and I think, and I'll play it to my girlfriend, and I'll play it. What I find with girls is they're very good at finding, liking melodies.
What advice would you give any unsigned artists out there, people in their bedroom, DJs who are making their own tunes? What would you say is the main thing?
Well, go do what you want to do, but if you're doing it for the love of it, then carry on. Do it for that reason. There are those that jump on a bandwagon and think, oh, I can do that. They listen to the top 40, they rip off the latest dance tracks, and they send out the CD to a lot of record labels.
And it's not really
More
what
often
people
than
are
not,
looking
these
for.
tracks that you're hearing on Pete Tong, Judge Jules, Dave Pearce shows,
Yeah.
they are from those sort of people that jump
Right.
on the bandwagon. But there are people You know, James Holden, prime example. I take my hat off to the guy. He's just incredible. I mean, there are people I've known, you know, over the last 3 years who bought me tracks. You know, that after 2 years, I've signed, you know, one of their tracks. They've gone back to the drawing board, and they've come back, and eventually they've got it right. You know, so my advice is that, you know, keep at it. If that's what you do and you love doing it, then continue. You can only get better. You know.
Sage advice, I'm sure. Okay, thanks for your time today, John. That's been brilliant. Cheers.
Cheers. Nice
Thanks
to
a
see
lot.
you. Cheers.
The guest list.
John Williams was talking to Jason there about the process involved in signing records. Well, if you're making your own dance tunes, here's your chance to get your own track signed and released on a UK dance label. Send in your tune on CD, and every week the best selection will be played on the show, with you, the viewers, voting for your favourite track by text. The winning tracks will go through to the final, and a panel of Clubland's finest will pick the winner, which will be pressed up and given a full release on Groovefinder Records. Send your track on CD only to the guest list, PO Box 421, London, HA5 3TJ. For more details and a full set of rules, log on to www.bpmtv.co.uk/the guest list. Good luck.
Well, we have had a wicked night here at Metro Groove at Turnmills. Danny Ramblin absolutely smashed the place up this evening. Good quality, proper house.
It's still kicking off down there, so we're going to stay partying until the wee hours.
Wee hours?
The wee hours.
We're going on till 12 o'clock tomorrow lunchtime. You've been watching the guest list? We're going back down to party. We're out of here. See ya. Don't forget, if you're sending your track in to us for the competition, it must be on CD. Once again, the web address is www.bpmtv.co.uk/the guest list. On next week's show, the voting starts on the first batch of tracks. We'll see you then.
The guest list.
I done did this in my trailer.